We all come into this life with a certain level of knowing, and for what we don't yet know, we seek to learn and experience. In this Know Our Soul series, we explore spiritual teachings to enlighten and empower us to live a life of our choosing. This is Know Our Soul. Hi, I'm Lisa Hromada, and welcome to Know Our Soul. This week we continue our exploration and summary of the chapters in Love is the Seed, Teachings from the Spirit World. And this week is on the chapter Philosophy, Perception, and Endeavor. There's a lot of content in this chapter, so I hope this summary helps to break down some of the key messages just a little bit more. And then in future Know Our Soul videos, we can explore the details of individual sessions, because there can be a few really important messages within just one session. So when it comes to perception, the sessions in this chapter bring up a good question. What is the reality of truth when each have their own individual perception? It was said by a wise one in the first session in this chapter that the reality of all expression, no matter the way an expression is perceived, is love, thought, and free will, each existing together as the truth, and that each have within them these truths. Within the conversation of perception in this chapter, the wise ones speak many times on thought, how thought creates reality and thoughts live on forever, either in the memory of the soul or carried on by other like thoughts. In other words, the way we perceive our thoughts, what we believe about our thoughts, form our reality. The perception varies from individual to individual. Each will perceive their thoughts in their own way until the truth of love is understood. What the souls and wise ones specifically say in relation to this is, perception and reality are always interrelated. For the perception is the reality to the perceiver, meaning that what we perceive our reality to be through our thoughts is reality to us. And it isn't until we understand the truth of love that we can gain greater clarity of our true reality. The way that they connect perception and thought to philosophy and endeavor can be a bit complex as we go through this chapter. However, from my understanding, they connect it in the following way. They say philosophy is a reflection of thought. When one is thinking, they are expressing and developing philosophies that become endeavors. Each human has a philosophy inherent within them. The endeavor is the experience. It is doing. It is living. The endeavor is what evolving is all about. They say for only through endeavor, the act of doing and living, does one come to learn and understand the truth of love and our purpose in a greater plan of our evolution. They say that there is always an endeavor, and it is through eons of having human experiences, through endeavor after endeavor, that we have created philosophies as well as rules, structures, and beliefs. We can simply take a look at history to get a glimpse into how these philosophies, rules, structures, and beliefs have developed over time, and how they have gotten us to where we are today as a society and as a world. Through endeavor, we are presented with the opportunity for a better life here and now, depending on how we take action in this life. The truth that the souls and wise ones speak repeatedly about is the truth of God, the truth of love, thought, and free will as the three supreme truths that exist. Now again, this can all seem somewhat confusing in this chapter at first, but I believe what it comes down to is, first, the true reality of truth is love. And we will realize this once again once we go back into the world of spirit. And second, thoughts form our perception, inspire what we endeavor toward, and form our philosophy about life, which ultimately relates to how we live our life here and now, how we treat others, and what we do next. I believe the most important point is that it all begins with thought. That what we think about, we bring about in various ways, through perception, action, endeavor, and what we perceive our reality to be. So ultimately, if we can shift our thoughts in such a way that promotes peace, for example, rather than perpetuates conflict, however that translates for you in your life, we can make major strides in making this human experience exponentially more enjoyable. I'd love to hear your comments on this chapter. Be sure to leave a comment below, or you can message me through Twitter or Facebook. I'll share those links below as well. Next week, we conclude our exploration through Love is a Seed with a chapter on death and reincarnation. It's an amazing chapter, so I hope you'll join me for that. As always, relax in the knowing, and thank you for joining me on Knower Soul.